Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Dhananjana Dassanayake. So today in grade 10 English medium Buddhism, I have brought you the lesson regarding chapter 8, which is Sila brings a better life. So this lesson is totally regarding what Sila is and what are the results of that. Okay, from this picture itself, you might see how that is. Let's start the lesson then. So this is page number 36. And I won't go through all the content of the book. I'll just discuss with you all the most important points. So first of all, we should know what Sila is, right? So Sila means doing the things which are good. So this Sila is can be normally taken as two parts, right? Sirit and Virit, which is all Virit is also known as Viramana, and Sirit is also known as Samadana. So Virit means those that we should not do, right? The things we should not do. And Sirit means the things which we should do. So the Sila includes these. The things which we should refrain from doing and the things which we should do. So a person who observes Sila, right? You know there's like basically you might know about Panchasila, Attasil and Dasasil, right? So these Silas point out what we should not do and what we should do. That means it provides us the path to a good life. Okay, so there are many results of for a person who observes Sila, right? Observes and follows these rules of Sila. Let's check out what those results are. So here we have the results produced by Sila. Number 1, developing one's own wealth. When a person is following Sila, that means he can develop his wealth. And developing one's own fame, a person who is we called Silvat Pudgalek, right? Silvat Pudgalek, unot, he can develop his fame. And also can enter any audience without any fear. Just imagine you are a person and you observe still, right? Not only observing, you just follow it with your whole heart. That means ඔයා සිල්වත් පුද්ගලයෙක්. ඉතින් ඔයා සත්තු මරන්නේ නැත්තම්, ඔයා කාගේවත් දේවල් හොරකම් කරන්නේ නැත්තම්, ඔයා නරක විදියට හැසිරෙන්නේ නැත්තම්, බොරු කියන්නේ නැත්තම්, වැරදි විදිහට මුකුත් intoxicants කියන අපි drugs use කරන්නේ නැත්තම්, ඔයා audience එකකට යන්න බය වෙන්නේ නැහැ. Right? Because you are a good person. You know that. But if you don't observe Sil and you are a bad person, you fear to go to the audience because some people who know your history, who know that you're bad, would even try to kill you. But if you are a Silvat person, that means if you are a person who observes Sil, that means you don't have to be afraid to enter any audience. Okay? Fourth one is would die with a good conscience. That means he would die good death, let's say. That means දුක් විඳලා මැරෙන්නේ නැහැ. එයා හොඳට සිහියෙන් තමයි මැරෙන්නේ. නිකන් පිස්සුවේ වගේ කියව අඬ කෑ ගගහ එහෙම මැරෙන්නේ නැහැ. සිල්වත් පුද්ගලෙක් නම් එයා හොඳ දැනීමකින් තමයි මැරෙනකොට මැරෙන්නේ. Right? Would be born in a higher state after death. මැරුණට පස්සෙත් අපාගත වෙන්නේ නැහැ සිල්වත් පුද්ගලයෙක්. හොඳ උපත්තියකට තමයි යන්නේ, එක්කෝ දිව්‍ය ලෝකෙට නැත්තම් තවත් හොඳ මිනිස් ආත්මිකට. හරිද? So you should by heart these results. Okay, by heart means now you know if you are a Silvat person or if you know what observing Sil means, you know what are the good results of that. So you should remember these things because they are essential for your exams. So discussing in depth, let's discuss on what developing one's own wealth means, right? A man who observes Sil is energetic and will take his own care to develop himself in the correct way. He becomes a rich man due to his energetic ways. You know, when you are a silver person, you will be energetic. කාර්යශූර වෙනවා. එතකොට you can work hard, right? You can work hard and be a rich man in a correct way. Okay. So you will just say ඒකට සිල්වත් වෙන්න ඕනේ ඕනේ මනුස්සයෙක්ට rich වෙන්න පුළුවන්නේ මොකක් හරි කරලා කියලා. Right? So this is a good example for that. This is Mahadhanasitu. You might have learned about him in your Sinhala lesson. Mahadhanasitu පුතුගේ වස්තුව කියලා lesson එකක් තිබ්බා මට grade එක මතක නැහැ. You all might have learned it. So he was a rich person, very rich. But he got used to, as I can remember, he got used to liquor, right? Liquor and bad friends. And then he lost all his money because he was spending it wrongly. He spent it on friends, he spent it on gambling, see, he spent it on nightlife and womanizing, and that made Mahadhanasitu a pauper. So as you can see, සිල්වත් වෙන්න ඕනේ හරි විදිහට ධනවත් පුද්ගලයෙක් වෙන්න. Because if you are not a person who observes sil, then by and by, in a process, you will lose your money and you will become a pauper. So Singalowada Sutta explains 6 ways how wealth is lost. You should remember this sutta because most often it's coming, and I guess in one of our next lessons also. Yeah. So the next lesson is about that, the 6 direction worship. So this is a very important sutta in your Buddhism syllabus. So these are the 6 ways. Actually, in the book you have been given only 5 ways. So I found out the sixth way and then wrote it down here. So one way is a person getting used to drinking liquor, right? If he is wasting his money on liquor, he would lose his wealth. And the next thing is going out on roads in unnecessary times in the night. Now, when you're roaming about, then you'll feel like spending. Like if you're like used to these roams and all, and along the way, you will be spending money unknowingly, and then you lose your wealth. The other thing is addicted to theatre and dancing and visiting such shows. So මේවට free end දෙන්න and you have to pay, right? So from that also you will lose wealth. And getting used to gambling. Gambling, you might know, gambling means like casino, right? සූදුව කියලා අපි සිංහලෙන් කියනවා. So if you get used to that, of course you will lose wealth, right? Because that is a very bad thing. And the 5th one is being very lazy. Now you're lazy and you don't feel like managing your wealth. You just keeps on just imagine. Now if a person, now most often if you ask somebody what will you do when you have money, right? If you have money as per your wish, then they'll say I'll discontinue my school. මම ඉස්කෝලේ යන්නේ නැහැ. මම ටීවී ගාවට වෙලා ඉඳ ගන්නවා, කෑම ඕඩර් කරනවා, ඒ ටික කනවා, right? So if you are lazy, you will just keep spending, right? You won't invest. ඔයා ඒක ඉන්වෙස්ට් කරන්නේ ඔයා නිකම්ම ස්පෙන්ඩ් කරනවා. You won't save, you won't invest, you will just spend it because of your laziness. Then also you will lose wealth. The other thing is associating bad friends. You might already have good examples for that about bad friends. So they're just with you to get what they have to get from you, right? Maybe if you have money, they will come after you for your money. පියංකෝ එන්නකෝ යන් කියලා ඔයාවත් එක්ක කරගෙන ගිහිල්ලා they'll put you in the bad way and they'll suck up your money. If you are educated, then they'll just ask අනේ මේ මට අද exam එකේ උත්තර කියලා දෙන්නකෝ කියලා උත්තර අහනවා. Then if like in the exams the teachers won't check who's the person who's studying, who's the person who's not studying, and they don't fail you because of that way, right? In that way they won't do that. They'll just fail both of you, right? Then you will have to just say bad friends ne mona karannada, I failed. So bad friends is a very very bad influence for you all, both for your wealth and for your education and for everything you do. Okay, so just try to get rid of bad friends. If you don't have good friends, just it's better to have no friends at all. Okay, that's my advice for y'all. If y'all don't have good friends, then just say friendless, right? Because you have your family, you have your siblings. That's enough, I guess. Because you might say, no, friends are the best, friends are life. But that's not it. If you don't have good friends, just get rid of bad friends. Okay, so here, a person who observes Sila would not face stress and he would avoid bad behavior. If he is a Silvat person, he won't do bad things. So he would, he would save his wealth. And the next point is spreading of wealth. Spreading of fame. Spread of fame means he'll be popular among in the society, right? Not in a bad name, because you can get popular in the society in two ways. නරකම කෙනා කියලා popular වෙන්නත් පුළුවන්, හොඳම කෙනා කියලා popular වෙන්නත් පුළුවන්. So the best thing is being the best, right? If you become popular with a bad name, it is not really something you should be happy about. So if you get a good name and you are famous, that is due to your sila. So helping others would bring fame. A person cannot buy fame or his richness or higher education. So because you can't buy fame, right? You can't give people money and say that I'm famous, right? Some people might try to do that, but that is not successful. Becoming famous means that depends on your good qualities. If you help somebody, people will say, he's a good person, he helps people, right? That is because of your good qualities. That's how you become famous, not by paying them. You can't buy it, okay? You can't buy fame. Okay, so as a whole, you should be religious. Social worker, harmless to people. These are like explained parts of one point, right? Now, this whole thing is about being the famous person, right? Spreading your fame. So I'll just focus on the main points only, because this content is so long and you might feel bored. So this part, Karaniya Metta Sutta, one should always do good acts. In no way one should hinder society. Then a person's fame spreads rapidly. So this Karaniya Metta Sutta, we have discussed about that, if you can remember. But if you don't, you can refer my previous lessons. As I can remember, it's either the 4th or 5th lesson. We discussed about the Maitri Sutta. Okay, so all the other parts is about Panchasila. I know I don't have to teach you about Panchasila, because since grade 1 itself you are learning about what Panchasila means. So I won't be talking about that. But in case, if you want it, just comment down below, okay? I'll do a separate video if you want to. So the other thing you should remember is this story about Chunda Sukarika, okay? It might come as an MCQ, because Chunda Sukarika is a person who used to kill pigs, right? He used to slaughter pigs in a very bad way. He would like break their legs, like let them scream in pain and those kinds of things. He lived during the time of the Buddha, right? And also he died with a lot of pain. It said that during his deathbed he screamed like a pig. That means ඌරෙක් වගේ කෑ ගහලා තමයි මරුණේ කියලා තමයි කියන්නේ, right? That is because he didn't spend a Silvat life. That is because he didn't observe Sil. He didn't follow the seal. So that caused him to die a very sad and painful death. But those who lived following the Panchasila and refraining from wrong things would die happily. So that dying thing we talked about. And then after death would be born in a better life. That also I told you. There's nothing to go in depth of that, right? You know that if you do good things, you will be born in a good life. If you do bad things, you will be born in a bad life. That's clear. So I don't have to teach you about that. So in the next page also, you have been given on how a person face the death if he do bad things, and how a person face the death if he do good things. I told you that before also, so I won't repeat, right? So these are two stanzas. Just by heart them also, but I don't remember seeing them in past papers. However, it's better to be safe than sorry, right? So like we did in the previous lesson, we should do what we have to do now. So if you have time, just by heart these also. Napubbagando pativat meti nachandagam tagarik mallikawa. Satancha gando pativatameti sabba disa sapurisso pavati, right? So that means the perfume of flowers blows not against the wind, nor does the fragrance of sandalwood, tagara and jasmine. The fragrance of the virtuous does blow against the wind. The virtuous man pervades every direction. So you know that the smell of flowers, not in these days, but however, usually flowers smell so good. When you go near flower path or something, the smell is so good because it blows all throughout because of the wind. So like that, a fragrance of a virtuous person would blow against the wind, and that man's virtuousness would pervade in every direction. That means, so this is as a whole spread of fame. හොඳ වැඩ කරන කෙනෙක් හැමෝම අතර ප්‍රසිද්ධ වෙන්නේ හොඳ කෙනෙක් විදියට. So that is what said here. එයාගේ හොඳ ගොඩාක් ඉක්මනට හැමෝම අතර පැතිරෙනවා කියලා තමයි මේකෙන් කියන්නේ. So the next thing is චන්දනම් තාගරම් වාපි උපලං අත වාසිකි. ඒතේසං ගන්ධ ජාතානං සීලගන්ධෝ අනුත්තරෝ. So that means sandalwood, tagara, lotus, jasmine, all these kinds of fragrance, the perfume of virtue is by far the best. So it is said that these fragrances are of virtue. The perfume. However, it is said that out of all these fragrances, මොන මලේ සුවඳටත් වඩා පින් කරන කෙනෙක්ගේ ඒ සුවඳ ගහන perfume එක නෙමෙයි මේක කියන්නේ, right? It's not about the perfume. It said that the fame of this virtuous person is the best. I hope you understand. So we finished this lesson in about 17 or 18 minutes. I'm really happy to cover these lessons in a very short time. I hope you are also thankful for that, because I myself am a person who doesn't like to sit for hours and hours going through the same lesson. It is so tiresome, right? So I hope you like that. But in case you are a person who likes to watch videos for long hours, you could just tell me that, then I could add more details if you want, right? But I don't think any of you do that. So these are some questions. What are the good results of Sila? Throughout this lesson, we were discussing about that. So as a student, how would you develop your life? That is also a good question. So you all can answer these and comment them down below. Okay, so your feedback is really helpful for me to develop these videos. So keep on commenting, and also don't forget to share your knowledge with your friends, and yeah, keep studying. So take care. Goodbye.